What's up, guys? Long time no see. LH Basson back again. It's been a while. I'm here in the off season now. It's February 3rd. It is the Saturday before the Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure it's the 3rd. But I'm coming at you from the garage. This is where I have all my tackles set up. Here, let me show you. This is all, pretty much everything I own. I kind of keep inventory on the wall, you know, stuff that I'm not having in my box ready to go with me, and of course the plug of any fisherman, the seeds, and extra gear. And also my dad's rod, which is awesome. So, we're gonna dive on into the juicy stuff, and yeah. So you open it up down here, and I've got, well, that's a bunch of old war medals, but kind of cool. I've got this Sterilite container. It's like that one right there. Same thing. They're meant to be stacked. In here, it's full of inserts, and then there's a couple on the top. And I'm going to cut now to them all being in order. Oh my goodness! Whew. That was quick. All right. So before I get started, this whole entire video is going to be like a Bass Mafia Flambeau plug, apparently. So, oh, and Plano, you can't forget Plano. So there's 3 different brands. Alright, we're going to start off with how I like to keep my crawls. Now, this is crawls and tubes, as you can see. And I try to keep more natural colors on this side of my box, for this box in particular. So up here I've got my summer crawls in Rage Crawl, which is one of my favorite baits of all time. I love these. I love Rage Crawls pretty much for jig trailers, Texas rig, you know, whatever. You can swim them on a swim jig. They're just good baits. Green pumpkin, you know, you guys get the gist. Black and blue, June bug. These are actually Packer crawls. There's some June bug ones and some black and blue ones in there. I got some watermelon red ones here. And reaching into here, I've got, just happens to be a 3.5-inch tube that I had left over. But the rest of these are Strike King 4-inch flipping tubes with a 1/4 ounce head. And I'm going to be throwing that around timber this year. And over here I've got, those were green pumpkin. These are watermelon red, 2 of my favorite colors. Also there's some PB&J ones in there too. Alright, from crawls, it'd only be natural if we moved on to creatures. Now this is my creature baits and lizards box. Starting off, we've got the D-bombs here, missile baits D-bombs. I've got black and blue and green pumpkin watermelon. It's like a 2-tone color. It's like a 2-tone bait. You got green pumpkin and watermelon. Now moving down, we've got lizards, June bug, lizards and watermelon, and I think there's some green pumpkin ones underneath, and black and red D-bombs. I haven't thrown these much. Here's the Reaction Innovation Sweet Beavers. These are my favorite baits. Now this is a tramp stamp color. On one side it's green pumpkin, on the other side it's black and blue. It's a pretty neat color. I don't know, I like it. And of course there's that Flambeau plug. Oh, and moving on to another plug, apparently.
Okay.
Moving on from the beaver baits box, we're going to go on to shallow diving crankbaits, which is in this smaller Bass Mafia box. And I have medium divers and deep divers and jerk baits in my bigger Bass Mafia box. Alright, so we're going to start off here. Looking down, up in the top left, I've got my 2 wiggle warts. These are in a springish color. You know, that red drives them nuts. So over here, moving on, I'm going to take this out because why not. Over here we've got some shallows and medium diver bandits. You know, of course in a spring color. I've got my spring colors up top. And we'll, you know, spring's right around the corner. You know what I mean? I did all this today, well, most of this box today, and I'm still getting the kinks worked out. Moving down, I've got square bills on this side, which I'm going to be throwing more natural situations. This is a Lucky Craft square bill. I haven't thrown it very much. I'm not a big crankbait guy, but I got this in a mystery tackle box, and it looks sweet. I got a 1.5 in there and a 2.0 in there. One's in bluegill and then the other one's chartreuse shad. Moving on, we've got lipless cranks. I've got another Lucky Craft lipless in there, like a sexy shad, and then 2 of these Amos. This is a little medium diver by Strike King, and here I've got my little topwater baits. I don't really throw these that much. This is a Lunker Hunt popper and a Boyd Duckett, like walking bait. Alright, we're going to throw this one up here. These are more of my summer and of course early springtime stuff. I've got this is actually an 8XD right here by Strike King. I caught some decent ones last year on that bait right there. It's an awesome bait. This is a Scott Martin Goon. Haven't really thrown it that much. I got it in a mystery tackle box. That's a Bagley. I'm not really sure. This is a 6XD and chartreuse sexy shad. And then I've got my jerk baits up top. This is a suspending KVD jerk bait. And then I've got 2 more KVD jerk baits in there. Man, we're rolling through this, ain't we? Now the box that's labeled Creek mainly is my topwater box. Or my frog box. Frogs. So, you get the gist of that. Let's go to my terminal tackle hook box. I've got finesse on this side and more, flipping stuff on this side. I'm going to start up top with my weights. I keep drop shot weights over here and drop shot hooks, and worm weights and pegs on this side. Flipping hook by Zone Lock. It's a really nice flipping hook. I used this a few times. I got a whole bunch of 3/0 hooks, which is my favorite to throw with a crawl and a beaver. Fits them perfect. I've got these 4/0 trapper hooks. Trapper hooks are awesome, but I can't seem to find them in 3/0 at Field and Stream. So, yeah, stock them. These are some fish head swim bait hooks, 1/2 ounce for the summertime. Down here I've got scents and a wacky tool, then tube heads, liquid mayhem, real butter, two kinds of shaky heads. Like I said, this is my finesse box. Really small shaky heads, like smaller than Ned rigs. I think those are like 1/32 ounce. These are Ned rigs. These are 1/10, and then of course drop shot stuff. Brand new insert. Alright, next to last, we've got our chatterbait box. And of course, chatterbaits and chatterbait trailers. Just got a couple different kinds of swim baits in there. Now this is my favorite, which I need to stock up on, my jig box. Freaking love jigs. I can throw a jig all year long. You can swim them. You guys get the gist. You probably throw them too. Up here, I've got black and blues in a couple different brands. I've got there's a Strike King in there and a couple D&L jigs. Moving down, I've got another D&L jig. Got a D&L jig and an Ike mini flipping jig. So, like I said, I use a lot of these for trailers just because I don't like to use chunks. These are really heavy flipping jigs. These are like 5/8 ounce, so bigger than 1/2 ounce. Made by a company called Burke's Baits. He makes them by hand. Go check them out. My PB&J jigs, which I like a lot. 2 finesse jigs. One's a finesse football that I love. It's an awesome jig that I actually do use a chunk on. So I'm a hypocrite, I guess. Alright. Well, that's about it, guys. Let me know down below by liking and commenting or whatever if I should do a boat tour video next. Either a boat tour or a rods tour. So whichever one you guys want to see, just tell me down below. And yeah, guys, have a good one. Peace. One more thing, guys, I almost forgot. Go over to Favorite Rods USA and check out their line of rods. Awesome company, great people, and I really do think that they're pushing the future of fishing. So yeah guys, it's been it, and I'll see you guys next time.